Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the show. It's happening now. I got Scott, Devin, Greg here with me. Tonight, we're going to talk about the Marxist Letitia James going after Trump's assets now. I mean, she's literally starting paperwork to try to take his golf course, his hotels, and everything. So we got that going on. But before we get to that, do us a favor, like, subscribe, share, comment on the video. You're more than welcome to get into the comment section, talk to each other, amongst each other. We'll try to get to some if we can. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and go to the first story. Add it to the stage. And then Marxist tyrant Letitia James takes first steps in seizing Trump's assets, filing judgments in Westchester County, where Trump's golf course is located. Now, she's doing that, but she's also already filed paperwork in New York City, where his hotels are. His let's see, the judgment is already entered in New York City, where Trump's properties, including Trump Tower, his penthouse at Trump Tower, 40 Wall Street, his hotel abutting Central Park, and numerous apartment buildings are located. Trump's lawyers are trying to fight it. I mean, he's already. Last month, President Trump offered to post a $100 million bond and asked for a stay on the $464 million judgment in Letitia James' Soviet-style New York City fraud trial, and it was denied.
Um,
And
the the problem I have
good,
with this is,
let me
for
take that
one,
down.
the judge in Gorin, he set this trap. So not only did he set an unreasonable, unconstitutional high fine, which is, I mean, this is written in the Constitution of unreasonable fines. Um, he set it up that he made it so he couldn't borrow money. He actually put in the judgment a clause that made it so he couldn't borrow capital in New York. Who's he supposed to borrow the money from? They set this trap up to take his property. If this holds, this is the end of America as you know it. I mean,
Right. Well, it's not even just like they want to take his assets. They're going to take them, and they're going to take them for pennies on the dollar.
right. I
I mean,
mean,
Trump's hotel alone is worth $700 million plus.
that was in
And that
2013.
was in,
Yeah,
yes, it was in 2015.
yeah.
And with inflation now, I mean, we all know how the housing market's gone crazy.
Up by
So you
yeah.
got that. It's they're trying to take it, and they're trying to take it for pennies on the
Well,
dollar.
think about this. All right. He owes, they say that with interest, he owes the what, 450
Four
55
hundred
million dollars,
sixty-four million.
464 now.
Yeah.
Um, so they take the buildings and they do what they want with it. Or let's just say he sells it to come up with the money, and then he appeals it and he wins. The properties are gone. The damage is done. He can't get the
Right.
properties back. He did nothing wrong. He you know what I mean? He wins the lawsuit or the appeal saying, I've done nothing wrong. I won the appeal. You guys are crooked. You're crooks. You're criminals. But now I have all my properties are gone. They've either been seized and short sold, or I had to sell them to come up with your uh, appeal
Stop the
bond.
money.
I mean, you know what? He has to pay it to appeal. She's like, well, I'm worried he won't pay it. You know what I mean? If he wins the appeal, he doesn't have to pay it.
Right.
Right. That
Uh,
Go ahead. Go ahead, Devin.
So that's the big issue here is that it's actually unconstitutional. The Trump lawyer team actually said that it is in their most recent stuff. They said that it is unconstitutional, unjust, and unreasonable under both the federal and New York state constitutions.
Right.
So that it would cause irreparable harm and foreclose any review of the Supreme Court's deeply flawed decision in this case. So I mean, it's ridiculous, but this is typical now of our judicial system. So
This is
I don't know
communism.
what to expect.
This is straight up communism. If they can do this to a prospective president, well, I mean, an ex president, who's rerunning for president, if they could do this to $1 billion, a man worth billions of dollars, who has the assets to fight back, just imagine what they could do to you, me, the average person. The government just comes up, makes up a crime, takes your property, tears down your house, and builds whatever building they want. No more will there be any understanding of the government saying, hey, we'd like to build a shopping center here. We'd like to offer you fair market value of your house. No, they'll just accuse you of something, have a giant fine, and then when you can't pay that giant fine, they're just going to seize your property.
They'll seize your property. And I think it's got a lot to do with what they said early on when in Joe Biden's when he first became president. You will own nothing, but you'll be happy.
I won't be happy.
Right.
Well, I won't either. No, I'm not saying we would. I'm just.
There will be a lot of
I think
people
I see that this is the start of them. If they can do it to Trump, they can do it to anybody.
Right. And you're not the only one that sees this. I remember watching just recently on Fox News. It was an interview with Mr. Wonderful.
Yeah.
He was talking about how this is actually the end of America if they let this happen. Because if this does happen, there is no more sanctity for property rights, which is the whole point and the whole reason why all these people will come to our country, because their investments are protected. But their investments are not protected anymore if this goes through. And if that is the case, he said that it's far more like Venezuela and like other countries that are just
Cuba,
nowhere near what we are or what we have been, what we are now. Apparently, we are this way now. We are living in communism.
That's where it is. I'm sure that Trump's got a team of lawyers working on this, but you see where it's getting us? Nowhere. I mean, I don't know even what to say about it. If the government has gone that tyrannical and they can just do whatever the hell they want, well, what do we do? I guess sit back, let them take everything.
What that one video you guys sent earlier? War.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it seems like. That's what it seems like it's pushing towards it. I think that the Democratic Party has realized that they have lost this fight.
Yep.
And they know that Trump's not going to stop. They've tried at every angle to stop the man, and it ain't nothing. But it has done nothing but make him more popular. You know,
Right.
his popularity has went up every single time they went after him.
Well,
When his mugshot.
yeah.
Now the black community supported him. I mean, you guys seen that whole thing? I know we've talked about that before. We've talked about a lot of this before. It's just, it's a developing story. It's an ongoing situation where they're just not leaving him alone. And it seems like they're just pushing and pushing and pushing and seeing where our breaking point is. And when are we going to stand up? And when we do, that's when they're going to, God knows what they're going to do.
And run away.
When that happens,
No,
they're going to turn it and flip it on its head and make us look like evil
Right.
people.
Look what they did to the J6ers. You know, that's what they're going to do. They're not going to stop. And I feel like there's going to be something big before November. Something big's going to pop up.
Well, I go ahead, Devin. I'll go after you. Go ahead.
Watched this one video from MSNBC. I don't know why. I don't understand why I put myself through pain. But I watched this video, and it has one of the congressmen in the impeachment inquiry of Biden asking everybody, like, do you have anything? If so, come up here and impeach, go for impeachment. What? You don't have anything because this is a sham, right? I've got to be honest. The Democrats are really good at making you feel like you are wrong about your thoughts. They're really good at making you feel that way. They're great manipulators, and up until the moment that they switch from what they were saying to bashing Trump, it's instantaneous. Every single time they just go straight for Trump's jugular. They can't help themselves. So if you see something where they're like, oh, this is not happening, it's very obvious that this is not happening. But that's because they're trying to distract because Trump is doing it the same thing. It is every time.
Now, I seen this, and I can take us all the way back to the founding of America, when the settlers demonized the Native Americans, called them savages. They weren't humans. They were basically animals in the woods. And it gave rise to them slaughtering the Indians. Hitler demonized the Jews. They weren't human. They spread disease. They were evil people, and it led rise to the slaughtering of the Jews. The Democrats for the last 4 years, including Biden, has been demonizing not just the right, but anybody who believes in the idea of America. They've been, they're MAGA extremists, they're terrorists, they're not human, they don't care about people. And it's clear as day of what they're looking to do. They want to start a civil war. They want to have anybody who opposes their ideology, the ideology of socialism, communism, slaughtered. And it's repeated in history time and time again. The China demonizes the Uyghurs to the point to where they enslave them. And people don't think twice because they're obviously not really people. They're just, second-rate half people who don't really matter. And if we allow this to continue, it's going to get ugly, as Trump said, but in a different terminology. It's going to be a bloodbath.
Right.
Unfortunately, it probably will be. I don't really see a way out from this.
Okay, hold on a second. Scott, you said there's something wrong with Mike. Does it sound better now?
Yeah, you got it fixed now. I swear.
Okay, I had to switch it around. My bad.
I liked it the other way.
But
I like you too.
by the way, if you want to see something interesting, I thought was also interesting. If you want to see the complete degradation of our society, I want to show this.
Just
show
look at
the
two of our
story real quick.
compadres on the screen right now.
No. This is far worse. This is far
homo.
worse.
You dirty bastard.
No homo.
No
Far
homo.
worse. So let me share this real quick.
Good.
Books. He's sharing
Can we go
books.
on? All right. So it says state adopts plan to let lawyers bypass bar exam to practice law. This is from the Gateway Pundit. Thank you.
I got to go. I'm a lawyer now.
Members on the leftist state Supreme Court in Washington have ruled that the bar exam for prospective lawyers is racist. So candidates can do something else to qualify, like an apprenticeship or an internship.
I object.
Now,
You had to do that anyway, though. If you're going to be a lawyer, you have to go do an apprenticeship or something. I mean, if you want to work for a good firm.
I motion to strike that comment.
See, now this I have a real problem with, because it starts with this, perhaps, which how many innocent people may go to prison because nobody knows what the hell they're talking about now. And then, it ends with the guy that's
I object.
It ends with me being a
Overruled.
truck driver doing brain surgery on you, because now no longer do I have to do a medical exam, because it's racist.
Hold on.
And I have no idea what the hell I'm doing if I cut into your head. I mean,
Hold on. I got to do this. That view was racist.
Look, I mean, I know this is going to probably open up a floodgate, but if anything is racist, affirmative action is racist.
It is.
That bill right there alone, or that whatever it is, it is it basically takes away your, like, if you're smart, you've earned your right to go to college, and then did you earn it, or were you just placed there because of the color of your skin? I think that's one of the most racist things that there is out there is affirmative action. You should
racism.
You should be chosen for that position at a college or at a job or whatever because of your skill set, not because of the color of your skin. That's all I say about that.
Racism, in definition, is a privilege or right based on one's ethnicity, color, religion, or even sex. So in your terminology of affirmative action, if I get privileged to something because I'm black, that is the very definition of racism. If I push to the head of the line because I'm black at a college, That is racism.
Right.
There's no disputing that. There's no arguing that. And
Right. It should just all
is.
it should all just be fair. If you met the test, you took the test, you got the good grades, you got the high scores, then that should determine if you get in. I mean, there's a study where it shows like Asians have to meet this high standard,
Right.
whites have to meet this standard, and then if you're black or Latino, it's even lower.
Racism.
And I just don't understand that, because it's like, hey, it should be one score. This is what you need. This is the score you need to get in this college.
Right.
If you meet it, regardless of your skin color,
Well,
hey,
and
welcome aboard. You know,
Right.
like,
Question:
yeah.
Is it possible that it could be technically racist that all the people from Mexicans from the border get to pass over?
Well, I mean,
Because technically they're getting a privilege that they shouldn't earn.
reserved.
Well,
Right.
now they look.
you hold
Yeah,
on.
they have
Meet-
to-
Go ahead, go ahead.
meet certain conditions.
Hold on. You brought something up. That has nothing to do with racism. What that has to do with getting rid of all of us on this show. That is the replacement of the American society. Those people that are jumping the border, they are used to being told what to do. They're used to living under oppressive governments. They are used to low wages, lack of good housing. They're used to all this. So Americans are not. We're spoiled. I'm not going to lie.
Oh yeah, we're spoiled.
I like my central air. I like my gas guzzling truck. I like to eat Twinkies, ho-hos, and anything else that's not good for me. I'm an American. It's what I do. So they can't.
I like candy bars.
I love them.
That's
They
true.
can't take over this country with us here. They have to replace us.
Right.
I mean,
But like, okay, so I read this story earlier. I'm gonna bring it up here in a second, but just to hit on that a little bit,
what you
it's
think?
not even that they're like just letting them through anymore. These people that are trying to come into our country illegally, it's like they think they have the right to do it now. They belong here. They're just coming over now. Check this story out, right?
So
I'm gonna
much
play a little bit of the
forward.
video. It might be a little loud. I don't know. Hold on. Let me go ahead and bring it up. Okay, so hundreds of illegals breached Constantine wire and overrun National Guard members in El Paso. Hundreds of illegal aliens from Africa, Central America, Colombia, and Venezuela made a rush for the border in El Paso, Texas, after they were pushed south of the Constantine wire in the middle of the night by the National Guard. The illegals breached the Constantine wire and overwhelmed the National Guard members and made a rush for the border. Now I'm gonna play a little bit of this and just let's see what goes on.
It's sick.
Now, I want you to read in that hundreds of illegals from Africa, Central America, Colombia, and Venezuela. All right, these aren't asylum seekers.
Right.
These are not what the government told you are coming. It's been Chinese.
How'd they get
Yeah, I would say I read something. They say the
How'd they get there from
majority-
Africa, man?
They're all
They
planes.
they
They're
sail on a
trying to
boat
say-
over to Mexico and then get off in Mexico and then
I don't know how they're
The
getting
way
here,
up.
but I mean, I read
Someone's
something
paying
the
for
other day that said
who
that
could it be?
the majority
China?
of the immigrants now
Democrats?
are
Being flown in.
well, they're coming from China. I mean,
Oh yeah, no, there's a lot of
Well, I mean,
them come from
obviously-
China. I read something where it was saying they were being flown to
There
Central America and then walking up.
is
I don't know if it's true or not. I'm just it's stuff I've read, and it's crazy that they're doing that. What? Oh, shut up.
there's an article out there saying that Biden has flown and planes from Central America into the United States. I will see if
I read that one too, but I thought I had it wrong. I thought it was to Central America, but so you're saying it was from Central America to the United States.
Yes,
Well,
without anybody knowing.
I think what's terrifying about what we just saw there is if they are, used to following orders from those countries, like Greg said, then why are they not following the orders of our countrymen? Or perhaps they were given orders above them, or maybe that's just all for show. Maybe that was all put on for show to make.
Okay, I'm going to share
they're
this.
not actually trying to stop them.
I'm going to share this real quick.
Maybe, I don't know.
And I'm going to read a little bit, and you can't say this is a fake website. So, from the House,
I can say it is.
Rep. Elise Stefank, chairwoman, Joe Biden secretly flew 320,000 illegal immigrants into the United States. The Biden administration has admitted to flying as many as 320,000 illegal immigrants on secret flights into the U.S. in an effort to decrease the number of illegal immigrants encounters at the southern border.
What in the world?
So, I mean,
wait, hold on. Did you say 32,000 or 320,000?
320,000.
I was about to say, I thought you said 32,000, but I seen 320 on the screen. I was like, wait, what?
I'm trying to make mine look better.
Number.
No, it was 320,000. That's what it said. I had it wrong.
1,000. Each getting $8,000 cards. Let me get my
right. But what I'm saying, and the reason I shared that story and I shared the video is just I think people need to see these things. Like, not a lot of people really get into this, and it's like it's not even like they just are trying to like what they call them, asylum seekers. They're not. They're rushing our borders now, and they think they belong here. They have the right to be here. Like Devin said, it's like somebody told them to come here, and it's like they have an objective. I don't know what it is, but
go ahead.
I don't know what
320,000. I'm sorry, 320,000 illegals flown into the United States, given $8,000 gift cards or whatever they are, Apple cards or whatever they give them.
Apple phones, cell phones, everything.
The IRS wants me to pay my taxes in that. Cost the American taxpayers $2,560 million.
Did you say billion with a B?
$2 billion.
Yeah, with a B.
$2 billion.
$60 million.
But
that's far too much money.
But yet, remember, you're paying $3.40 a gallon for gas, and you're paying $300-400 every week just to go to the grocery store now. But my other thing is it is almost like they're being told to come here.
I would say
fine.
so.
I mean, look, it's America. Who doesn't want to be in America? I want to be in America. I'm here. But when they rushed the gate, like we saw, what happened to our military? I mean, in the 50s, they just started opening fire.
Yeah, I would have too. Agreed.
I mean, so
those look like zombies to me. I would have just mowed them down.
How are we actually protecting our borders? If we're unwilling to do to protect our borders, then they might as well just open the gates and say, "Come on in." I mean, we're not going to do anything to you. Come on in.
Where have you been? 10 million people since Biden.
Years.
That's not what I'm saying.
Hold on a second. Let me bring this up real quick.
I know. I saw that. Yeah.
Do you see that, President? What is his name? Andre Manuel Lopez. Aborted. Has denounced the measure as draconian. He says his government will reject any attempt by Texas officials to send migrants back to Mexico. Back to Mexico is the key word there.
I'm cool with that. Let's just drop them off in the ocean.
Stop for a second. Stop for a second. They're coming from Mexico.
Yep.
And then they're saying, no, you can't make them come back.
Right.
Man, they came from your country, bro. If you're letting them come into your southern border, come all the way across your country and into ours, I'm sorry, bro. You got to take them back and you send them back through your country, back to wherever the hell they came from.
Right.
Like,
I love.
allow them to come through our country, but not take them back. That made me mad, bro.
Look, if they don't want to go back, if they don't want to take them back, here's what we do. All right, we put them on planes, we give them parachutes, and then we just drop them over their country of origin.
That costs way too.
That costs money.
That costs way too much money.
It's going to cost more money to stay here.
No, we build a couple of big catapults and just start lobbying them over the damn wall back over. If they survive, well, then their problem. You know?
I'm thinking like a
robot
raft from Gilligan's Island. We'll give them some rope and some logs, and you can tie them together and just start.
Because something on my screen, I'm like,
I see him. That's my face, Duffner.
No, that's not your face is over here, bro. Yeah. There's like a spot on. Oh, go ahead.
I mean, I don't know about you, but I have
trying to pick my nose.
I have seen a thing where people have said that they are allowed to come here because they are requesting, asylum. And
I would love.
Hold on. Isn't it? Approval of asylum always?
I would love. I bet you, if you went to these countries and just turned on the radio, there's probably Biden on there on a commercial. Come to America.
Pack your bags.
Come to America.
Pack your bags.
Pack your bags. We have buses waiting at the bus depot. Come to America.
New fantasy destination.
With what Scott brought up a little bit ago, when they were they found the Chinese people, right? They found a lot of Chinese immigrants trying to get asylum. You know what I mean? Right. Finger quotes asylum.
Right.
They had notes telling them what to do, where to go.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Like
that wasn't orchestrated.
Where did you get that information from? They had names of hotels, where to go get food, where to go get those debit cards at.
Right.
So are you just passing out flyers in China and South Africa, Central America, and all this? You're just passing out flyers saying, "Here's what you do when you get here."
I don't know about those other countries, but I actually do know that they do that in Mexico. Their government hands them little pamphlets, like little booklets,
on how to
tell them how to come to America, what to do when they get here, and how to survive here, basically.
I'm going to read you off a couple facts for the last couple of minutes, just to put this in perspective. There have been 8.7 million illegal crossings nationwide. There have been 7.2 million illegal crossings of our southern border. Now, this is where it's really going to put it in perspective. The total number of illegal immigrants who have entered through our southern border is greater than the population of 36 states. These states are Alabama, Alaska, Arkansas, Colorado, Connecticut, Delaware, Hawaii, Idaho, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maine, Maryland, my favorite thing to say, Massachusetts, Minnesota, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, Nebraska, Nevada, New Hampshire, New Mexico, North Dakota, Oklahoma, Oregon, Rhode Island, South Carolina, South Dakota, Tennessee, Utah, Vermont, West Virginia, Wisconsin, and Wyoming. So that a number is more than any one of those states has in population.
Right.
Just think about that. Just think of Indiana next door. More people have crossed the border under the Obama administration than live in Indiana in total.
You said Obama.
The same people.
Wow. They are the same people. Okay. It's not the same person. Obama's standing behind the chair with this puppet master thing, telling him what to do.
With the strings and everything. Yeah. Right.
Yeah. That is we're being overran and people act like it's not happening. I don't know what else to say about it, man.
Real quickly, just because I just saw this just now, just want to let you guys know that that executive director of the Bill and Hillary Clinton Airport, he died in the hospital.
Oh yeah, I figured. Usually, when you get shot in the head, it's short-lived if you live.
Yeah, live. But I see somebody in that hospital room with a pillow over his face.
Hey, I showed you the picture my wife sent me, right, of Hillary Clinton with a mustache on. Yeah. I'm here to take your blood pressure.
Amber Tuffner says they are airdropping those flyers. LOL. I believe that. I don't know if she
probably are. Yeah,
but did it in World War II. I mean, why not do it now?
All right.
But
All right.
good.
I love tacos and burritos, but we've have enough Mexican restaurants already. They're on every corner.
Right.
If we
And
don't,
they're getting expand. I mean, you've been to Taco Bell lately?
I can't afford Taco Bell. Are you?
I can't afford
Well,
it
we can't
anymore.
afford that. Yeah, no.
It reminds me of what was that movie with man, what was it? Where Taco Bell was every restaurant.
Oh, that demolition.
Oh,
Demolition Man, right? Yeah, I couldn't think of it, man. It wasn't clicking.
If you watch the European version, it's I was watching it. I didn't know it was the European version, and he comes out and he's like, "Man, I could really go for a pizza right now." And they're like, "All restaurants are Pizza Hut," and I'm like, "What the heck is this?" It's Taco Bell. I thought I was going
Wait,
crazy.
is that Demolition Man or is that Idiocracy?
Demolition?
No,
It's
Demolition.
Demolition Man.
Demolition.
We're at our,
Yeah,
still-
time.
Starbucks.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
I
I'm
know.
getting confused because everything seems like Idiocracy now. So
We have gone over our allotted time, so are we going to keep talking? Or are we going to tell these fine American patriots who watch our show?
You see what she said right there? Flyers saying, "Come to America. The American people will pay your way."
True.
That's the truth.
Yeah.
No, has anybody else got anything to say? If not, I'm going to wrap it up.
No,
Look,
wrap
we'll
it
show
up.
her that comment.
we don't want to pay your way. Go away.
Amber,
I already showed the comment.
Amber, you speak truths.
She does.
That deserved to be shown twice.
It did. Okay, so anything else?
Nope. Call
We're
it,
good.
bro.
All right. Well, you guys know the deal. Smash that like button, subscribe, ring that bell. As Greg says, crack it like the Liberty Bell.
Ring it like a bell attached to a donkey, just all night long.
All right. You maybe okay, and then share if you can, if you're willing to share it on your social media platforms. You know, we're trying to get out there. We're trying to grow. We really appreciate everybody that does watch these shows. And with that being said, y'all have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow.
Peace
God
out.
bless America.
Sleep.
All right,
tight.
later, you guys.
Ring a ding, ding, ding.